San Francisco-based Accurexa is a biotechnology company that develops and commercializes neurological therapies based on their proprietary branch point device, which delivers therapy directly into targeted areas of the brain. Now, anytime we talk about the human brain, we're traveling into a really fascinating world, which many people simply don't know about. I want our viewers to learn more right now. Accurexa President and CEO George Yu joins us once again in our New York studios on New to the Street. George, welcome back to New to the Street.
Thanks, Ken.
Let's start off right now. Let's inform our viewers about Accurexa's history, including the name Accurexa. How did you come up with the name, and what are the goals of Accurexa?
Sure. So the company was started with the vision to directly deliver therapeutics like drugs or stem cells to the human brain, to the affected areas of the human brain. And Accurexa is actually derived from accurate, because we wanted to be accurate in our targeting as we deliver these therapeutics to the effective areas in the brain.
So on the subject of brain cancer, which of the 78,000 new cases diagnosed in the United States so far in 2016, about 25,000 will be malignant. Where is Accurexa with your new treatment?
So we have a formulation finalized that is a chemotherapy wafer. That's a wafer that you put into the tumor site, and then it slowly releases the chemotherapy directly into the tumor margin tissue. And we just requested a pre-IND meeting with the FDA, which means that, we're discussing our plans, development plans with the FDA, and get feedback from them. And we expect, or at least the FDA said, they will get back to us with a written response by August 19th this year.
George, what does the company's future treatment look like?
Well, our plan is to, after the pre-IND meeting with the FDA, and we'll have to see what the FDA says, but provided that we're coming to terms with them, our plan is to either file an IND or start a clinical trial right away. So our goal is to get our new drug into a clinical trial and start the process of developing ultimately for regulatory approval.
George, these are truly tragic numbers, an absolute nightmare for any patient or their families and friends to deal with. But at the same time, they do represent a serious market opportunity where Accurexa can really help make a difference in tens of thousands of lives here, right?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, if you look at the original drug, that molecule that we're using in our chemotherapy wafer, it's called temozolomide. That drug is generic today. But it was branded until 2012, and it was marketed by Merck as an oral tablet. And back in 2012, it generated about $400 million in sales in the US, and then about $900 million worldwide. So just looking at that number, the brain cancer opportunity can be quite sizable. And we're not even talking about a chemotherapy wave that we're developing where you can potentially, use in more patients or even charge more than what Merck has been charging as an oral tablet in terms of pricing.
And Accurexa is really trying to strive hard to find those ways of destroying the tumor.
Exactly. I mean, that's our goal, to really effectively deliver the chemotherapy to the brain tumor. Because a lot of scientists and a lot of physicians, they know that the drug that we're using, it works. It works on brain tumor, it works on glioblastoma. It's really a delivery issue, because if you take an oral tablet, about 20% or even less of the drug actually gets to the tumor, because you have what's called the blood-brain barrier, which protects the brain from the rest of your body.
Right. So the brain's barrier is sort of hurting the world of medicine because it's stopping the medicine from getting to what it needs to help.
That's absolutely right, and that's a challenge that the pharmaceutical industry as an industry has always struggled with, the blood-brain barrier, because their model is to develop a drug as an oral tablet. You take the tablet, it gets to whatever effective area you have. But with the brain, it's different. It's a different animal. You have the blood-brain barrier. And our goal has always been to develop technologies to overcome that blood-brain barrier, whether it's the branch point surgical device, whether it's a chemotherapy wafer. I mean, that is our vision for the company.
George, what does the future hold for Accurexa, both near term and looking out?
Well, if you look at next year or even further, we'd like to be a company that has at least one program in clinical trial stage. I mean, we're definitely working on our brain cancer program to get that into a clinical stage. We also have a collaboration ongoing with UCSF and Cedars-Sinai to deliver stem cells for the treatment of Parkinson's. And for that, we also had a meeting with the FDA a few months ago. And our goal with them also is to, get into a clinical trial with that treatment.
Well, George, thanks for coming back to us here in New York on New to the Street. We hope you keep us up to date on the future happenings at Accurexa. And for investors, potential investors, people interested in parking their money inside Accurexa, the stock symbol is ACXA, right?
That's correct, yes.
It's our pleasure having you here.
Okay, thank you.
If you want to learn more about Accurexa, just visit Accurexa.com and newtothestreet.com. We'll be right back.